Mountain Meditation, adapted from Kabat Zinn and adapted by Maria Esposito. Begin by finding a comfortable seated position, which is neither so comfortable that you're likely to fall asleep, or so uncomfortable that you are unlucky to find a peaceful way of resting. If you can, be quite upright and with your eyes closed. And start noticing your breathing. Just let's do a few cycles of breathing and notice your breathing, wherever you notice it. It can be the nose or nostril when you breathe in, and when you breathe out. It can be at the chest, at the belly, wherever you notice it. And however it is, you do not need to change any of your breathing cycle. Just notice how it is. And now notice the feel of the chair or whatever you're sitting beneath you and behind you, and the sensation of your feet on the floor. And your feet are essential to be on the floor. Your hands can rest comfortably in your lap, either palms up or down, it doesn't matter. And go back again to noticing your breathing. And again, notice each in-breath and each out-breath without trying to change the breathing in any way. Just notice it. Without making the breath deeper or slower. And allow the breath to flow easily and without effort, at its own pace. And let your body be still and peaceful. Right now, in this moment, nobody wants anything. Nobody needs anything. Just a sense of completeness and wholeness if possible. Begin to bring into your awareness the image of a beautiful mountain. Perhaps one that you know or you're familiar with. Or alternatively, let your imagination create a beautiful mountain for you. Some people are very visual and others less so. And if it's okay, it doesn't matter however you feel and however you are, it's okay. If you can't get an image of a mountain in mind, then just think about one or get a sense of a strong, majestic mountain in mind, feeling its overall shape, its lofty peak or peaks high in the sky, the large base rooted in the bedrock of the Earth's crust, its steep or gently sloping sides, noticing how massive it is, how solid, how unmoving, how beautiful, whatever it is from afar or up close. Perhaps your mountain has snow blanketing its top and trees reaching down to the base, or rugged granite sides. There may be streams and waterfalls cascading down the slopes. There may be one peak, or a series of peaks, or with meadows and high lakes. Observing it, noting its qualities, whatever they are. And when you feel ready, seeing if you can bring that beautiful, majestic mountain into your own body, sitting here, so that your body and the mountain in your mind's eye become one. So that as you sit here, you share in the massiveness and the stillness and the majesty of the mountain. You become the mountain. And with that mountain, just now imagine a very deep, blue, peaceful light coming through with the mountain. And whatever stillness and peaceful that mountain feels with that deep blue light and peaceful light, just ask for that to be within you with the mountain. Just trust that if you ask for that peaceful blue light to come with the mountain, it will be there with you. With that feeling of grounding in the sitting position, your head becomes a lofty peak supported by the rest of the body and affording a panoramic view. Your shoulders and arms, the side of the mountain. Your buttocks and legs, the solid base, rooted to your cushion or your chair. Experiencing in your body a sense of uplift from deep within your pelvis and spine. With each breath, as you continue sitting, becoming a little more a breathing mountain, alive and vital, yet unwavering in your inner stillness. Completely what you are, beyond words and thought, eccentric, grounded, and moving presence, with that beautiful, deep light or peaceful light, which becomes your deeper, peaceful time and connection to your inner peace. And as you sit here, becoming aware of the fact that as the sun travels across the sky, the light and the shadows and the colors are changing virtually moment by moment in the mountain's stillness, and the surface teems with life and activity. Streams, melting snow, waterfall, plants and wildlife are all around the mountain and on top of the mountain or below. And as the mountain sits, seeing and feeling how night follows day and day follows night. The bright, warming sun, followed by the cool night sky, studded with stars, and the gradual dawning of a new day. Through it all, the mountain just sits, experiencing change in each moment, constantly changing, yet always just being itself. It remains still as the seasons flow into one another, and as the weather changes moment by moment and day by day. Calmness abiding all change, that peaceful blue light and inner peace combined together. It's always there. In the summer, there is no snow on the mountain, except perhaps for the very peaks or in the crags shielding from direct sunlight. In the autumn, the mountain may wear a coat of brilliant fire colors. And in winter, a blanket of snow and ice. In any season, it may find itself at times enshrouded in clouds of fog or pelted by freezing rain. People may come to see the mountain and comment on how beautiful it is, or how it's not a good day to see the mountain, as it is too cloudy or rainy or foggy or too dark. None of this matters to the mountain, which remains at all times its essential self. Clouds may come and clouds may go. Tourists may like it or not. The mountain's magnificence and beauty are not changed one bit by the weather or even by people, how they see it or not, seen or unseen, in sun or crowds, rolling or frigid, day or night. It just sits being itself. At times visited by violent storms, buffeted by snow and rain and winds of unthinkable magnitude. Through it all, the mountain sits. Spring comes, tree leaves out, flower bloom in the high meadows and slopes. Birds sing in the trees once again. Streams overflow with the waters of melting snow. Through it all, the mountain continues to sit, unmoved by the weather. But what happens on its surface, by the world of appearances, remaining its essential self, through the seasons, the changing weather, the activity, the ebbing and flowing on its surface. And in the same way as we sit in meditation, we can learn to experience the mountain. We can embody the same central, unwavering stillness and groundedness in the face of everything that changes in our lives, over seconds, over hours, over years. In our lives and in our meditation practice, we can experience constantly the changing in nature of mind and body, and of the outer world with our own periods of light and darkness, activity and inactivities, our moments of color and our moments of drabness. It's true that we experience storms of varying intensity and violence in the outer world, in our own minds and bodies, buffeted by high winds, by cold and rain, when due periods of darkness and pain, as well as the moments of joy and uplift. Even our appearances changes constantly, experiencing a weather of its own. But by becoming the mountain in our meditation practice, we can link up with this strength and stability and adopt them for our own. We can use its energies to support our energy, to encounter each moment with mindfulness and equanimity and clarity. And it may help us to see that our thoughts and feelings, our preoccupations, our emotional storms and crises, even the things that happen to us, are very much like the weather on the mountain. And usually we tend to take it all personally. But its strongest characteristic is impersonal. The weather of our own lives is not being ignored or denied. It is so to be encountered, honored, felt, known for what it is, and held in awareness. And in holding it in this way, we become to know a deeper silence and stillness and wisdom. And mountains have this to teach us, and more if we can let it in. And if you would like to feel that inner strength, stability, stillness, and that deeper inner peace, connect to the mountains and the deep light of the mountains, the deep blue light of the mountains, wherever that deep light can be. It can be the mountains of Tibet, or the mountains in Australia, the Blue Mountains, or even the mountains in Spain, the Himalaya, wherever it is. Just connect to those mountains for that inner peace and inner life. And you can repeat this meditation anytime you would like to. Keep holding the mountain in your mind for another few deep breaths. Feel the inner peace, blue light of inner peace of the mountains. You can be with these thoughts for another longer time, as long as you want. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and stretch your arms and notice something blue, deep blue in your room where you are, to connect to that inner peace and that inner blue of the mountains.